My next step is to prepare my materials. The first bullet point asks, does your instructional presentation include everything they will need to know? Concrete, representational, and abstract. Let's look at my slides. I can definitely see the representational with the number line, but I don't see a slide for a place value chart. Let's add that now. I also have open-ended slides for the chant, so that's good for abstract. I don't see anything for concrete, so I'm going to add a hook activity that will bring in some manipulatives. There, that looks good. This activity will help remind them of third grade's rounding standard and allow students to be hands-on with the numbers. Let's go back to the pre-instruction analysis and check that box off. The next box talks about additional resources needed for ELD support and special education accommodations. For the ELD support, I will be starting off the lesson with the concrete hook mentioned earlier, so that hands-on opportunity will be big for them. I also have sentence frames on the majority of my instructional slides. As far as special education accommodations, I have a student in my class that is legally blind and needs materials printed out and increased in font size. I will be printing out my slides for him. I also have a student that has a one-on-one aid. When I am finished with my slides, I will send them to her so she can be familiar with the information before I present it. Okay, I think my resources are ready to go. Let's check off that box. The next question asks about manipulatives and realia. My hook activity includes a printed out number line with multiple numbers for the students to work with and move around, so I can check that box off. Are there enough varied CFU problems and word stories with exemplars for both small group instructor and teacher? So, looking through the SGI slides, I see there are multiple at-bats to present to the students. I see multiple choice questions and a lot of short answer responses. I see there are multiple strategies being shown, the number line for representational and the chant for abstract. I think the SGI materials are ready for instruction. As far as the teacher slides, I created multiple open-ended slides to create numerous at-bats for the students. Objective 5 has a few word stories, but I think I can add some more for some variation. I'm going to add that to my additional task notes. I also want to write down that I need to print out the hook activity for the concrete approach for this standard so I don't forget. Alright, I think I can check that box off. The next question asks if my slides are aligned with the quiz and Common Core standards. When I first created my slides, I based them on this quiz, so I know that they are aligned. And all of our quizzes are Common Core aligned, so I can easily check off that box. The next question asks if the spiral deck has a slide for all strategies and objectives. Looking at the spiral deck, I can see there are multiple slides showing all three strategies: the number line, a place value chart, and a slide with the chant. I'm good with my spiral slides, so I can check off that box. Alright, I've checked all my instructional materials, and I'm ready to move on to the next section of the pre-instruction analysis.